Hi, Joy. You see that? That lovely view of the beach right there? The lighthouse? Our friendship anniversary has been, believe it or not, 5 years. Yeah, last time I checked, it was November, what was it? I don't remember the exact date, but I just know it was November 2015. That long ago? Oh my goodness. You were telling me something like, oh, but I've seen all your stuff back then, or I feel like I've known you for a long time. Or like, oh, that's why. And I hope that we can continue this friendship, Joy. And I got to say, you're definitely one of the most beautiful, most attractive people I've ever met. You're definitely easygoing, easy to talk to, even when I'm at my worst. And I do hope that we get to continue our friendship because you make me smile no matter what, okay? And I'm telling the truth. So we can continue to be good friends someday. So love you, friend, and Merry Christmas in advance. Mwah. And I'm sure if I was at my best like I am right now, just living a normal life again, Joy, without question, would have been so much more supportive of me on what I usually do when it comes to the normal life, as far as me always, you know, having my passion for the outdoor life, whether I go hiking, whether I go to theme parks and ride my favorite roller coasters, or, just going on attractions that I find interesting, doing all this festive Christmas, Halloween stuff, like going on Halloween mazes, haunted mazes, or what have you, other scary events, right? Seeing Christmas lights, various things. Even me just playing my basketball shoot around games right now, and especially with where I'm at. I mean, to see myself going 4-0 in the finals right now, which was, I mean, let's be honest. Normally I wouldn't just let a game like yesterday slide after being down by 27 in the second half, and this was already like kind of when I was in the middle. All right, I was already down by 27, and I was just struggling on my shots really, and then all of a sudden I proceeded to make about several more threes, and including all the mid-range shots where I find myself having the advantage, and somehow some way I just forced an overtime, and actually from there I started going up by 10 with two more threes off of the second timeout, only to end up winning by 8. Now to go up 4-0, man, it's just insane. But bottom line is, I mean, I'm sure Joy, like, if she had seen any of my basketball shooting around games, and especially my 3-point performances like I did on Erich's birthday, and hell, game 9 where I was a little bit under the weather on the first round, making 12 threes to avoid being eliminated, and such other great performances in general, she would have cheered me on. Let's just be real. I mean, Joy is just that much supportive of me. Like, she reminds me of Stephanie. I remember having met Stephanie, and she was like my kapatid by heart. Before Kriza and Christine basically came into the light, being the next kapatids by heart. Well, actually, they were the first because they had more to being that for me. Being to meet the standard. Well, I want to say standard because I never set a standard for these guys, but I'm talking about, like, as far as being a competitive by heart. There's something about both Kriza and Christine. I think their approach is just much stronger. Not to say that Stephanie's never was, but it just shows that, like, they were just so much, I mean, they were there for me and I'm also referring to the pertaining to the longevity status of our competitive by heart relationship as well. Not only were my competitive by heart relationships very strong with Krista and Christine, But Stephanie's was just as strong, but it didn't last very long. You know what I'm saying? I think she only lasted about a few months, like several months, like from you know late 2015 going all the way to like late 2016. I think she eventually faded, and I never saw her again. But when Krista and Christine both stepped in the light, they were there longer, much to their credit, before my year and a half leaving, to the point where suddenly it's just kind of faded, because I know they both of those girls have been really busy with school and all that, and they did not have that same strong treatment with me. But I mean, they were still showing their love for me, but it's just that it didn't feel the same after I was out for a year and a half. I mean, I did lose some friends, but not to the extent where it is now. Seeing my ex close friend memorial wall, for example, after what transpired the last 3 years, how I ruined most of our friendships. And I know that with Joy, it's like, I'm sure if she was here to this day, man, I think she would, even at my very worst that she has seen. I mean, like all she has seen. Let's just be honest. I know in that clip there was a couple of clips that I showed from our what was then our 5 year friendship anniversary video, and I was in Oceanside at the time, and I started out saying hi Joy, and I showed the lighthouse right there. It's well right by the ocean. I got a really good view when I was in that room. And that was way back in 2020. That was during the time of the shutdown, where but I think there was some restrictions already, so traveling was allowed at the time, as long as able to clean everything, Clorox wipe everything, vacuum everything, spray with you know, spray off the germs on bed sheets and pillows and what have you. Yeah, so those were just so much like extra stuff to do, just knowing of that time. But yeah, for the most part, I traveled and I did that friendship anniversary with me and Joy, 5 years at the time, right? Same with Reyes. I also did one for Rhea in that very same room, right by that view. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for Joy's, I did for her as well. I know I had so much more to say for Rhea at the time, but for Joy, I mean, it was a little bit less. But now, just looking back, I mean, and just knowing what happened the following year, it's much to my shock, considering of her age. I know she was younger than me. I think she was like in her mid 20s or so. I'm guessing she was in her mid 20s, but she was so damn young. So damn young, so very attractive, so beautiful. I just, to this day, it's just having to talk about it. And I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time already. And, it's almost like that feeling I get every time Kobe's, death anniversary just keeps coming. Like it just happened yesterday, this year, on this 5 year anniversary, on that very day. Was it Sunday? The same day that actually happened. Just felt like it was yesterday. Here with Joy's, I know it's already 4 years. Still felt like yesterday. I swear. It's just too soon. Both of those guys. And especially for Joy at her age. I know she told me, and I know she's not going to be here to see it, but I think the last thing she told me was, just months before, she's no longer around, that she had a congenital heart disease. She told me she was battling that a whole lot. And, it's just, I don't know if that's something that she inherited or what have you, but I don't know. I mean, it's just unfortunate, and it's just really unfortunate to have lost a friend like her, and just knowing, like, I mean, she wasn't among like 90% of the other ex close friends that I lost due to my many beast mode moments that have caused those friendships, you know, those ex close friends to depart from me or to end our friendships. In her case, it's just an unfortunate passing that I just had no idea about. And it's just sad, dude. Like, to this day, I mean, I kind of felt guilty not doing a 1 year anniversary. I know I reflected on our friendship twice, International Friendship Day, and in November, where supposedly it would have been our 6 years. You can see the screenshot right here for a little bit. Yeah, it said would have been 6 years, and I was doing a basketball shooter on at the time. Unfortunately, she's not there to see it, but and just think about that. What really hit me about her passing, is just the fact that it was already the normal life then. The normal life was slowly starting to come back, and by the beginning of June, I found out. I mean, it's toward mid June, I would say. I mean, the same time that my grandpa passed. So it's just really unfortunate to see both my loved ones just gone. Him and Joy as well. It's like, I mean, this is a sad time, and I had no choice but to be shocked because when I said in that video I really wanted to continue our friendship. You know, now that the normal life was back at the time, I think it would have given me and Joy a chance to really, really further develop our friendship. It would have definitely been a lot closer than it was when she kept seeing my worst, and you know, just seeing that really silly me. And when it got to the normal life, she would have definitely seen what I would normally have done, especially being the adventurous person that I've been, especially when it comes to doing certain activities in the outdoors, like going to the beach or just, like playing basketball, shooting hoops, shooting threes, right? Going hiking, of course, going to theme parks. I mean, just look at some of the edits that I made with Joy right here. I mean, I do have two versions, but I decided to show the one where she has the halo around it, and you can just see. I mean, for me to have like certain records, like for a Fitbit or for like a certain number of Christmas tree selfies that I have, like just if I was on Facebook, if she was, being on Facebook then, even let's just say if she was around and I did all this stuff, I'm sure she would have been hell of a lot more supportive of me. She's one of the nicest people I ever met, and she's definitely one of the most caring. I think with that kind of care is like how Mari definitely expressed her care for me, and same thing with Stephanie. I mean, those guys they inhibited a super close care of a friendship to me when it comes to my talent and the outdoors and how I take advantage of just enjoying the outdoors, and how I do about certain adventures that where I want to just enjoy being by a certain historical thing that looks really interesting, or just being by a tree and doing like push-ups or pull-ups or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Just living life in the outdoors. And I mean, if Joy was here, especially to this day, let's be honest, maybe I would not have left Facebook at all. Even with this worst version of me, hell, I don't know. I mean, how she would handle me at my very worst, considering that I'm still in this dump, and unfortunately, with some of the friendships that I lost, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I would never tell if she was, if she was gonna stay or if she was gonna leave. But, I'm probably gonna say she would have stayed, like Russ and a boss, Carlos and Neil and Ray, those remaining guys. I'm pretty sure she would have stayed, and I count Mari as well, and Sam. So, but I don't know how our friendship would have operated, like, with her seeing me like this. But, had she remained on this earth, from from summer 2021 all the way up to now. I think I think I mean, I probably would predict my life would have been a little bit different. Just knowing that she would have definitely stuck around, and even with a lot of these guys having faded, just because they're busy with their other stuff, and I know Sam has not been responding to my emails and what have you, and Maria's just been super busy. She seldom ever goes on YouTube and all. I think I bet she's on Facebook way more often. That's like her home. But for Joy, I mean, who knows, like, how, if she was going to be busy by now, or in the than she was, like, way back in 2021. I mean, we just never know. I'll never know, because she's just not here anymore. And I can only speculate. I can only go so far as, like, making these kind of hypotheticals as to what would happen if she stayed. I'm sure our friendship would definitely develop, because she was that much proud of me to see me, like, being as silly as I've been during the shutdown when I couldn't really do anything. And for sure, like, if she saw what I've normally been doing in the outdoors when it was the normal life, she would have, for a majority of my posts, that of what I would post as far as, like, my outdoors and expressing my art talent and doing different things. I think she would have I mean, she would definitely want to be one of the more special friends I ever had. And just knowing she was that supportive of me. She saw me dance. She saw me making these weird facial expressions when during the pandemic, where I couldn't really do much. But I know she was that supportive. I mean, it's funny enough, I think she was a silent lurker back then. I'll tell you that. I think she was a silent lurker at the time that we started becoming Facebook friends. And it's like, it's all that time. I know she has seen all my artworks, and I don't think we didn't really even talk like how we started talking in 2020. So it's just I mean, I can talk all video long in regards to, like, how our friendship would have been, and I already said what I needed to say. But I just thought I'd do this video because, I know I have my ex close friend memorial wall this Christmas season, and I know that our friendship anniversary would have reached, statistically, 10 years, even though it's only going to be five, like half of that, which is five, has remained. But it is what it is. She's resting peacefully in heaven. I know Seychelles knows her pretty well, so I think they were close. But once I get this done, I'm gonna have Mari just post this, and maybe tag Seychelles and see what she thinks. But I've not been on social media for so long, and if Joy was here, I think, as much as I love Mari, being that, with her being my best friend and all that, I think somebody like a Joy and Isa, gosh, isn't Isa's birthday just a couple days ago? It was on the 17th. I remember Isa, and I don't know what the hell happened to her. She just flagrantly disappeared. Like, after 2020, that was it. Is she okay? I'm just wondering about her, man. I could have put her on my ex close friend memorial wall too, because she just disappeared like that. I don't know what happened to her. Shout out to Isa. I don't even know if she's around still. So, I mean, I miss her too. I know she's really that much caring, like Joy. So I still had caring friends like them, and Mari, of course, and just so I don't know what happened to her now. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, rest in peace, Joy. Anytime I see any Christmas decorations, where I see your name on there, where it says Joy, I'm always gonna be thinking about you. And it's just hard for me to not even think of you when, I know that you're that supportive of me over the years. And, I'm sure, like, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have known, but I'm gonna say that she would have stayed as well. I'll never forget that she said that I was handsome, and then I said that she was one of the prettiest girls I ever met. And yeah, she's very beautiful and very attractive, very sweet. And I don't get. I mean, considering what my past was, I have never been able to get women like her, and even just like befriending women like her. And I've had recent success, going to the last several years. I never had that when I was in the college life. All right. Never had these long time friendship spans. And I'm sure if Joy was here to this day, I think our friendship span would have been just as long as I have with Mari right now, and Sam, and and guys like Angelique, Rhea, Krisa, Christine, where they lasted more than 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. My next basketball shoot around, I do plan on doing it tomorrow for Game 5, and maybe I will just do this short tribute for her. And I know I was supposed to do it last month. It's just been pretty hectic, but I'll make sure I do it. And yeah, just do my little prayer for her, and just I just truly miss her. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace out.